Right, okay, morning everyone. I'm back. I hope you had a lovely Easter holiday and you didn't eat too many chocolate eggs like me. Right, okay, we're going in for the home learning. I hope the camera's set up okay and you can see the screen properly. If you haven't looked yet, you can go onto our school's website, and in the little drop down box where it says home learning, class 3 have got their own little message and then some activities for you to complete. I should imagine some people are getting quite bored by now, so I'll do a daily video that'll help you with the maths side of things, okay? And then you can just work through the other activities. My email address is on the little note as well, so if you've got anything that you want to chat about or ask questions about, just drop me an email. I'll have my laptop open for the whole time and we can talk backwards and forwards like that. Okay, so here we go. Fluent in 5, question 1, 8 times 5 times 2. Now, I'm just going to do it the way that it is set out. I'm going to do this bit first because I know 8 times 5 is 40. So the answer to this part is 40, and then 40 times 2 would be 80. And that's your answer, simple as that. Okay, now I have got a tissue. There it is, okay, so I can rub it straight out. So the answer to question number 1 is 80. Right, let's have a little look at question number 2. 9,536, and I'm doing long multiplications. Don't forget this is for 2 marks, these are for 2 marks, sorry. 32 I am timesing by. So I'm going to get my post-it note from the radiator. I'm going to cover over the number in the tens column because I don't need that yet. Now this calculation becomes pretty simple. So let's work it out. 6 times 2 is 12. 2 in the box, 1 on the doorstep, which is still free at the moment. 3 times 2 is 6. Add the 1 is 7. 5 times 2 is 10. 0 in the box, 1 on the doorstep. 9 times 2 is 18. Add the 1 is 19. I've got no more maths to do. So I'm going to put 19 in the box, starting a new column. Okay, count 3 from the end, put your comma in, your thousands comma. So the answer to that row is 19,000 and just 72 on the end, no hundreds. Right, I'm finished with the number in the tens column. The ones column, I say that all the time. So I'm going to cover it over. Now I'm timesing by the number in the tens column, which is 3 in this case. So because it's 3 tens, which means I'm timesing by 30, I need to put in the viz, the very important 0. And then I can just go ahead and do it in exactly the same way as the top line. So I've got the viz in, off we go. 6 times 3 is 18. 8 in the box. Now I've run out of doorstep. I don't want to get confused, so I'm going to fly this one up here. So I've got 8 in the box, 1 in the sky. Okay, 3 times 3 is 9. Add the 1 is 10. 0 in the box. I'm going to put this one in the sky as well. Finish with that one. 5 times 3 is 15. Add the 1 is 16. 6 in the box. 1 up high in the sky. And the last bit is 9 times 3, which is 27. Add the 1 is 28. Now I need to start a new column. No more maths to do. I hope you can see that. 3 from the end, put the thousands comma in. The answer to that line is 286,080 at the end. Now all I've got to do left is add these 2 numbers together to get my total. Now don't forget this is for 2 marks, so if you've made 1 tiny error, you would still get a mark. So it's worth persevering. 2 add 0 is 2. 8 add 7 is 15. 5 in the box, 1 on the doorstep. 0 add 0 add 1 is 1. 9 add 6 is 15. 5 in the box, 1 on the doorstep. 8 add 1 is 9. Add the extra 1 is 10. 0 in the box, 1 on the doorstep. And 2 add nothing, add 1 is 3. So the answer for 2 marks is 305,152. Well done if you got that. Okay, question number 3. I'm going to fly through these because I'm going to do a couple of examples from the home learning. Monday's maths daily workout, I think I've called it. I'll do a few examples and then you can just crack on using my strategy and see and check your answers against the answers at the bottom. Okay, so number 3, 2.5. Sorry if the fractions on this Fluent in 5 look a little bit strange, okay? They might look like that on the paper because I couldn't work out how to do it on the computer. Now I know how to do it. So 2.5 times 6. Oh, this looks a little bit tricky, doesn't it? This is because that is already a mixed number. So a mixed number means it's got whole numbers and fractions mixed together. So I tell you what, I'm going to change this into an improper fraction, a fraction that's heavier on the top than it is on the bottom. Then I'm going to do the calculation. So to do that, I know I've got 2 whole, so I've got 2 times 2. So I've got 4, and then I've got an extra one, so I've got 5. 5 halves. Now this comes up in next week's maths, so if you didn't understand that, just bear with me and we'll keep going over it, okay, in the little videos. So I did 2 times 2 because I've got 2 wholes, so I've got 4, and then add the 1, which is 5. So altogether I've got 5 halves. If I demonstrate that with pies, love pies at the minute, I've got 2 whole pies which have been cut into halves, and then I need an extra half a pie because I've got just half at the end, okay? So this part, half a pie is gone. Wonder where it could have gone. I know where it'll have gone. So I've got 1 half, 2 halves, which makes a whole, 3 halves, 4 halves, which makes another whole. So there's the 2 whole pies, and then an extra 1. So that's my 5 halves. Now I can do the calculation. 5 halves times 6. Remember the tune, multiply by the top, divide by the bottom. Now this number is quite small, I'm going to do the times bit first. So 5 times 6 is 30. 30 what? I hear you say 30 halves. So I can do a divide now because this is heavier at the top than it is at the bottom. It's an improper fraction. So I'm going to do the divide. How many 2's can I fit into 30? How many halves can I fit into 30? Well, the answer is exactly 15. I can fit 15 2's into 30. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30. So that was 10 and 5. That's 15. 15 is your answer. Did you get that? That one's a little bit tricky, isn't it? Once you know how to do it, they get much, much easier. So last one, number 4, sorry. I'm going to draw a bus stop because I know I'm doing a divide and I've got a big number going in the bus stop. So I've got 6,717 inside the bus stop. I'm dividing by 5, so I'm only wanting groups of 5. Okay, my little trick, hold up the first amount of fingers, 6, so we don't get confused and we don't start doing it times or getting a little bit confused to what maths we're doing. How many groups of 5 can I get from 6? I can get 1 group of 5 and then there's 1 left over. So 1 group of 5 goes on top of the bus stop and the remainder goes on the next number to make a new number. So it's made the number 17. Next bit of maths, how many 5's can I fit into 17? 5, 10, 15. I can fit 3 and there is a remainder of 2. So the 2 goes on the next number to make a brand new number. 21 in this case. So the next part of my maths is how many 5's can I fit into 21? 5, 10, 15, 20. Good at counting in 5, so that's pretty easy. I can fit 4. And then I had 21, I got to 20, so there's a remainder of 1. I'm going to put that on the 7 to make a new number. I've made the number 17 at the end here. How many 5's can I fit into 17? I've done this already once. 5, 10, 15. I can fit 3 groups of 5 in. And there's a remainder this time, so I'm going to write R for remainder at the end. Remainder 2. There's 2 left over. So the answer to question 4 is 1,343, remainder 2. 2 little, whatever you've got, whatever you're dividing, left over. Be nice if they were sweets, wouldn't it? 2 little sweets left over that you can gobble up, so it's fair when you share them out. Okay, so the next one, I've got a mystery number and I've got that little 2 at the top, which stands for squared, and it equals 36. So something squared equals 36. So squared means times by itself. So there's a number times by itself that equals 36. I know it straight away. If you don't know, you could work your way through it. You could go 1 times 1. Is it that? Is it 2 times 2? Is it that? And so on and so on. I know that 6 times 6 equals 36. So my mystery number, dun, 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 is actually 6 in this case. And that is all 5 Fluent in 5s. Done. let me know how many you got. Either comment on the video or you can email me. Right, okay, so today's maths, the skill that we are working on today is to apply known multiplication and division facts. So multiplication and division, that's what we're working on today, multiplication and division. Now obviously you've been practicing on times table rock stars and everyone's pretty good at their times tables, so these are a little bit harder. You've got a mystery number, dun, 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 and you've got the rest of the calculation there. So that's a little bit wonky, isn't it? Got no ruler. So something times 9 equals 63. I'm going to do this as an example and all the questions follow the same format. So something times 9 equals 63. Now I've got the biggest number there because something times something gives you a bigger number at the end. So how can I use these two numbers to work out a smaller number? Well, my little hint at the top was to use the inverse, which means the opposite. So multiplication and division are linked. They are the opposite of each other. Just like addition and takeaway, subtraction, is opposite to each other as well. So as long as I know that, I can use divide to work out what the mystery number is. So I've got 63. How many 9s can I fit into 63? I know 7 times 9 is 63. So I've used the opposite. I've used divide to work out that multiplication problem. And you can do the same with all of the multiplication questions that are on the sheet. I think there are 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4, and then you get down to the challenge. So there's not much maths to do each day. It's just little bits, little challenges to keep your mind ticking over. So that's how I do the times ones. Now, if you've got a missing number, dun, 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 and you've got a divide question. So something divided by 3 equals 9. The easiest thing to do is use the inverse, the opposite. So the opposite to divide is times. So I could use these two numbers to make a big number. So I could multiply these two numbers together and I could get the missing number, the biggest number, which is at the start of a divide calculation. So 3 times 9 is 27. And then that becomes super, super easy, I think. So there are 4 questions like that. You can go ahead and do them using that strategy. And then the challenge at the end, I'm going to use this example as my challenge question. So 90 times 11. This time we don't have to use the opposite. We just have to decide how we're going to work it out as quickly and smartly as possible, really. So I'm not actually going to use it, but I'm going to get the trusty post-it note out and cover that 0 over and just see whether or not that makes it any easier. If I do cover the 0 over, 9 times 11 becomes super easy. I know that's 99. And then I can smile on my maths. I can drag the 0 across and I've got my answer, 990. Now there are a few questions like that in the challenge and the mega challenge section. Mega challenge, you might have to drag more than 1 0 across. So you might have to take it off and then put it back on at the end. If you're doing a divide, 630 is going to be my question that I do for you. 630 divided by 7. Can I do the same? Can I take the 0 off? There's not a 0 on this side, so I can't cancel them out. Remember that little trick that we learned in maths? There's only a 0 on one side, so I'm going to cover it over and then put it back on at the end. How many 7s can I fit into 63? Well, I can fit 9 in because 9 times 7 is 63. Put the 0 back on, smile it across. So the answer to that one is 90. How did you do in today's daily maths workout? I'm going to post another video in a second, but it'll be for tomorrow's maths because I'm actually in school tomorrow. So missing you all. See you all soon and take care. Bye for now.